Hello, everyone. Just glad to be connected with you again, and I hope you just like the first video, which was kind of a video of gratitude for a person who's doing her job good, and I just wanted to show my appreciation of what she does and how she inspires people. But today I'm not going to talk about anybody. Today I just want to talk a little bit about the phenomenon called swimming upstream. What is it? How you conquer the current, and how I just applied it in my own life. So every time I was watching Sister Act, the movie, I remember this song. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you'd better wake up and pay attention. So that is very meaningful, True. Like every time you want to be somebody, or you just want to go somewhere, you have to stand up or wake up and pay attention. Taking it just taking into account every step, it counts. Just believing in yourself, being confident, and having the faith that you can do it. I used to write when I was little, like when I was at school. Even I started writing when I was at school and then in the university, and I wrote several stuff. And one of them was inspired from the movie, or has been inspired from the movie Swimming Upstream. I don't know if you've seen it, starring Jesse Spencer and Jeffrey Rush. An amazing movie, and it inspired me a lot, especially the main hero, Jesse Spencer. His will to do things, his will not to stop whenever he feels down, his will to just stand up and make an action. So I wrote something, and I want to read it out to you, and hopefully you will listen to it, and maybe you will share your opinions of what do you think about it. Is it good? Is it bad? Did it inspire you? What other ideas do you have? Or do you have ideas at all? So it's just called swimming upstream. Swimming upstream. And I took part in a competition, public speaking competition, and this was my speech, basically. So, and even it helped me to win for the second time to go to the UK. So I just want to read it out loud to you. And later on, just leave comments. I don't know, say if you like it or not. And I'll appreciate it a lot. So here we go. You always have the choice to stop or to continue when obstacles come your way. When the road gets too rough, when the stream gets too strong, when the wind blows too hard, you always have a choice. My choice has always been to swim upstream. But I only became aware that I'm swimming up the stream when I was an adult. While an infant, I lived in a world of my own without recognizing the difficulties of the real world. Infancy is the part of our life where we feel secure. It's the very place where no nightmares and troubles can harm our little, unexperienced personality. While an infant, we always have that high brick wall protecting us from the world that is the reality, the world that starts beyond the brick wall. As soon as we became adults and conscious of our own actions, we quite suddenly notice a door in the brick wall, and our curiosity drives to open that door. When we open the door, we already are confronting the reality. Now it's time to use our mind and accomplish our goals. But we must remember that here we act on our own. No one will help us. And for the first time, we have to take the risk. All that we've learned in our childhood is the basis for starting a journey into uncertain reality. In our childhood, we have developed our character, and through our character, we developed our experiences. And through our experiences, we developed our goals. Whereas before we didn't have the opportunity to achieve our goals, now that we've crossed the border into the real world, we were presented with a plethora of chances to achieve. We were once a big ship in a small pond, now we are a small boat in an endless sea. In this sea is where we have to find the hero within ourselves. And here, suddenly the little boat finds itself in a harbor surrounded by thousands of ships, and it's only a little ship. All those giants, like the little boat, are here to participate in a race where the winner has the golden medal. All the ships, like the little boat, had one goal: to search and reach new horizons and new frontiers. The ships waited for the whistle to blow so that they may begin their journey to the mysterious sea. Although the little boat had never taken on such a grand journey, and although it was frightened and nervous, it too waited among the giants. When the whistle blew, the ships descended upon the sea, but the little boat stuck to the shore. All this sounded attractive, but the attraction wasn't enough for the little boat to hide the fear it had inside. It was afraid to lose and never return to the shore. It was a beginner. It didn't know the rules, and only later it understood that in this race it must write its own rules. It understood that if it won't take the chance now and long for its own dreams, it would become rubbish thrown onto the shore, useless. It understood that it could live to be 100 among those who strive for success. But if it gives up, it would also live to be 100 among the defeated. It understood that the highest reward for its toil wasn't what it would get for it, but what it would become by it. And it knew if it wanted a rainbow, it had to put up with the rain. Motivation got it started. But for the little boat, which for long years was on the shore, to start a journey into the endless sea, sailing against the current and enormous waves, was a real shock. But it didn't give up. It knew why it was there and what it was trying to achieve. It had a purpose. It was in the race not for the medal, but simply to prove to itself that all the achievements in its life came through hard work. All the islands in the sea which represented its dreams and goals, it achieved only by swimming upstream. On its way to those islands, it encountered the first and the most decisive battle against the sea. And as it triumphed, it was amazed to see those big ships, which were more likely to be the winners, drifting, lost, and aimless. They failed to struggle the storm. And alas, in this race, there is no way back. And in their case, no motivation to direct them. The little boat kept going full speed ahead to the new horizons and frontiers, no matter how difficult the next storm might be. The little boat continued its way through the storms and never once became disappointed, nor did it lose its faith. While some may be happy with one accomplishment, The little boat reached island after island. It never stopped. It only became more confident than itself. I believe it will continue to sail until it reaches solid land. I can't deny the fact that every time I want the medal, I have to earn it first. I understand that my life will be a sequence of upstream swims of which I must conquer. The fact that I used my mind, believed in myself, took that risk, and gained the experience along the way made me confident that I earned that medal. If it was given to me unearned, it would be the same as an A received on a cheated exam. Now here I am, and for 26 years in the sea, no storm harmed me. I became more experienced, and this is another stop I have to make. After a short rest, I keep on sailing in my small boat till I reach the next island. Maybe I am too small to give you advice, but sometimes the best advice comes from the most unlikely place. Each of you, never be afraid to take the chance and run the race, even if your vehicle is nothing but a piece of deck. Never miss the chance of swimming upstream, no matter how hard the storm might be. Go and claim your prize. Otherwise, your life would be senseless and you live in regret. You'll wait for the second chance, but it might never come. I came to a simple conclusion. All I have in my life I earned through hard work. So go ahead into the sea and find your own way of achieving new lands, new frontiers, and new horizons. So this was a story I just wanted to share with you. In the middle part, there is a little bit of metaphor. The little boat basically was me. Not was, but is me. The big ships are the others, the more experienced ones, who were waiting in the race together with me to start the journey. Whereas I was little and I just opened the door into the reality where everything is different. You never imagine it's going to be that way. Because whatever you imagine, you live in your own world as a little child, and then when you are in the real world, it seems like, whoa! Like you bump your head against the wall, and it's like, whoa, that's different. So I was inspired to write this because I wanted to show that, it doesn't matter who you are, how you're dressed, how much money you have, you're rich or poor, clever, insane, fool. We are people and we are alike because we have that feature that makes us all unite. We differentiate ourselves from others because we want it that way, okay? Because I think that I'm smart, then a person standing next to me who has lesser knowledge, I don't consider him like equal to me because of, having some principles or priorities I follow too. That's wrong. So I wanted to show that swimming upstream is very hard. And everybody in his or her life has ups and downs. And believe me, if there were no ups and downs, the life would be boring to leave. And swimming against the current, swimming up the stream, always conquering, makes the life interesting. Because you have the feeling that you earned it, okay? It's your genuine golden medal, or let it not be golden, let it be a silver medal, doesn't matter, but the fact that you just work hard, you conquer, you go up for it, it works. And I just want to tell everybody, especially the youth, guys, it doesn't really matter how much or how many times you failed. It doesn't matter how many times you tried but you didn't succeed. But take a look back and see that every time you failed, or every time you didn't have the success you wanted, you learned something new. That is what the experience is all about. That you fail and you learn. You do a mistake and you learn. And it's the most and the best experience ever. Rather than, trying to be always right and saying that, whoa, I'm afraid of the mistakes. I'm not going to make any mistake. That's going to ruin you. Mistakes are necessary. Like the food is necessary for you to eat in order to stay alive. Not to live for eating, but eat for living. That's what I mean. To stay alive, mistakes are required and necessary for us to teach. From everything you can learn, and from mistakes, and from success, and from failure, and from, I don't know, everything, all the possible things, and from a child, from an adult, from everybody on this planet, you can learn. Learning is something that is a continual process. So, my message is just, guys, don't be afraid to swim up the stream. Never be afraid, because as one of my friends told me, Amanda Jackson, Jay Jackson, I love her a lot. For what? Because she's a conqueror, and she's conquering all the time and every time. And and while I'm talking to her, she's always eager to share the experience, to give you some encouraging thoughts, to give you some encouragement, and I appreciate her for that. And I just want every one of you, or each of you, to just encourage the person standing next to them. Doesn't matter you love them or not. Doesn't matter that, you're friends or foes. The what I always say is that the negative energy is gonna destroy the planet after all, one day. Because everyone became more egoistic. Like, myself, for me. I'm not saying that you have to despise your own self, right? But you don't have to be so self-centered. You just have to give. You just have to share. You just have to spread the love you have. You have to encourage people. When you encourage, you become encouraged too. So thanks for my friend Amanda Jackson for encouraging me a lot. Because I really appreciate a friend like her. And I'm glad that I have the chance of meeting her and being friends with her. So I thank Jay Jackson. And my message, guys, is that never be afraid to swim up the stream. Doesn't matter who you are, what are you doing. Never be afraid to stand up and move. Never be afraid to fall down. Because if you have never, fell down, you would have never known what it is to stand up. You would have never learned what it is to stand up. And remember the infants, when they're little, the toddlers, how many times they'll fall down, but they continue to try to stand up again. So this is what life is all about. Continue doing what you love to do, and never be disappointed. Once you're disappointed, it drags your spirits down. And once you do something and you cannot reach any success, you live it. Don't live it. Try again. Be resilient. This is what I say, the same as in a basketball game. Basketball teaches you a lot of things, like it taught me. Basketball taught me to be resilient. Whenever I shoot into the basket and the ball is not in the basket, I was never disappointed. I was just taking the ball, dribbling it again, and trying to shoot again. I shoot like 100 times, 101 times, until the ball is in the basket. So this is all life about, guys. Never give up. Just continue to do what you do. Stand up every time you fall down. When something is not working out, no worries. Leave it for a while, then get back to it and do it. Keep your enthusiasm. Be positive. For positive minds create like positive thinking, or positive minds create positive lives. So take care. Bye.